All right, let's look at requirement 1.1.4 again of the PCI Standard Council's install and maintain a firewall configuration to protect cardholder data. This is requirement 1. We've looked at 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and now we're at 1.1.4. Requirements for a firewall at each internet connection and between any demilitarized zones and the internal network zone. In other words, anywhere you are out at an internet that's public or you're going between networks, you need to put in a firewall, okay? So what are we expected to do under the testing procedure? We are to examine the firewall configuration, standards, and verify that they include requirements for a firewall at each internet connection and between any DMZ and the internal network zone. So again, you have to have one there to block any kind of traffic moving between these separate types of areas, right? Verify that the current network diagram is consistent with the firewall configuration standards. Again, that's back to what we just got through reading a second ago, is that what you've written down also has to be what you've actually implemented. Because as I said, real world scenario, things get hairy, things get fast and furious. You throw something in to fix something, and then you figure you'll go back and you'll document it later. I've seen that happen many times, and you just forget. We're human, right? The heat of the moment's over. 2 o'clock in the morning's over with. People want to go home. They're angry. They're frustrated. They're there all night because something happened and they want to go home and they don't do all the paperwork later. Okay? Observe network configurations to verify that the firewall is in place at each internet connection and between any demilitarized zones and the internal network zone per the documented configuration standards and network diagrams. So we're just verifying that these exist. Okay, and then again, the guidance on this, the why. Why are we trying to do this? Using a firewall on every internet connection coming into and out of the network, because if they can get into the area where you've got credit card data stored and they can ship it out, you got to block that too. So let's say somebody sneaks in, okay, they snuck in. That's a breach. But were they able to ship it out? Because unless they can send off 10,000 credit cards that you have stored, they don't get them, right? So it's information coming into and out of the network and between the DMZ and internal network, so your company corporate network, allows the organization to monitor and control access and minimizes the chances of a malicious individual obtaining access to the internal network via an unprotected connection. And that's the purpose of it.